podcast. I'm Shane Kopke. I am here with Jim Gage and Kevin McNichols.
Hi there.
And he ruined it every week. Every week. Why could we?
Why not? On one of the first, actually technically 200 was last week's episode was the beginning of the season 4. This is episode 201.
You know, we were just talking about
Season 4.
Tim's fat breathing, and I felt like fat breathing right there too.
You're welcome.
Like snoozing my way out of that.
Yeah, you
whatever you
snooze
just
away.
did.
Season 4, everybody.
I will be honest though, I am a little bit tired because my fucking dog started barking like at midnight last night.
Yep. I am exhausted every time we do a show.
Well, yeah, you just get here from work.
Yeah.
But my dog's barking at me, so I get up, I yell at her, you want to hit the button? I'm going to hit this button.
I forgot about it.
Yeah, but it's how? It's fucking
Well,
playing.
I know how he forgot about it, but we're not going to get into that.
But anyway, I get woken up by the dog, so I yell at her, shut up, there's never anything outside, right?
Mm-hmm.
20 minutes later, she fucking starts barking again.
Well, you know what? I just want to say, before you continue with your story, you're lucky because my dog wakes me up at least twice in the middle of the night to go to the bathroom. Because he's older and needs to pee a lot.
This is why I have a dog door. So the dogs, they just go out. They've got 2/3 of an acre to play.
Well,
They can
he's
do whatever
a
they want.
little dog. He'll come right up to my face and
and
go,
pee on it.
"Roar!" Like just bark with like shrill bark right in
you
my
sleep on the
face.
ground or something
No,
like that?
he sleeps on the bed
He
with us.
sleeps in a cave.
It's with the dog in the kennel.
He's a little guy. He sleeps on the bed with
I
us.
got you.
But anyway, dog wakes me up again. Now, the first time I did hear something I thought was like kind of scratching, but I didn't know what the fuck it was. I just went back to sleep. And it was the FBI. And Cash Patel handed me the leaked photo immediately. But anyway, I walk out. So the second time I wake up, I fucking hear the scratching again. I'm like, what the fuck is that? So I go outside, and this is on my fucking porch. It's what we call a giant water bug. And they're
What
also,
would you compare the size of that to?
it's about the size of like half my palm.
God damn,
That's a
dude.
big boy.
It's
Yeah.
missing a leg?
Nope. The two legs are together.
Oh,
there.
I see. Yeah, yeah.
What the fuck is that mandible or something
Those
like
are
that?
not those are actually its other sets of legs, right? Those
So
sets of
weird
legs
looking.
have actually, through evolution, mimicked what a mandible does to catch and pull things in, right? So the way that these things actually work is they inject a venom into the whatever they're eating, and then they kind of, like a spider, will kind of suck out whatever's inside. Now, these giant water bugs, I'd always seen them, and they're usually like the size of a quarter in like stale, stagnant water.
You're talking like the water skipper things that go across the surface
but the
of the
ones
water?
that sit underneath that look similar to them.
Those are the larvae of them, actually.
Okay, but they look very
Yeah.
similar to this thing. And these things, I didn't know this. I found that out last night because immediately after, I'm like, is that a giant water bug? Because I picked it up and then just put it in the yard, not realizing that it could potentially...
You didn't stomp that shit?
No, I don't.
Ugh.
It doesn't bother me as long as it's not scratching my fucking
You just
door.
said it's got venomous fucking pinchers,
I didn't
dude.
know that until after.
God, dude.
So
Yeah,
so of
but
course, when I
also
get back,
probably that kind of venom, if it could pierce our skin, like I
It can,
doubt it would
100%.
probably really hurt us.
They call them. I think the other nickname for them is toe biters or toe popper or some shit like that. Like they're named after fucking landmines.
Well,
but-
it could have been a lot more racist. But
Yeah, it could have been. But so I started reading about this stupid thing at like fucking midnight because my dog woke me up. And then I started reading. I'm like, oh, these are venomous, and like if you're allergic, you've got to go to the hospital.
Oh, wow,
And,
okay.
And they also say that, like, generally speaking, if it's very painful and all this shit, probably just go get it checked out anyway at the
Yeah.
I'm surprised you weren't over there.
I should have. I'm like,
He's all just fucking unloading.
I do have a suppressor. This
Passing
isn't
on
gonna
his
wake up.
property. You don't want that fucking
This
thing
isn't gonna
there.
wake up the neighbors.
But that
All the
thing was
neighbors
so-
are coming out. What
was
the
it
fuck
was
is
it the
that?
smell that was maybe setting the dogs off, or the sound?
No,
What
the
was
sound.
It was just
The
the sound of that
sound,
thing
yeah.
scritching.
It was scratching at the door.
Jesus
and
Christ.
so luckily my dog is a light enough sleeper that if anything's happening outside, she wakes up.
Jesus.
And I like that. I actually do like that.
Sure,
Yes, every once in a
absolutely.
while, actually most of the time it's usually a false
False
alarm.
alarm, yeah.
But that means that if somebody's trying to break into the house or whatever,
your dog is going to
my
wake
dog's
you up.
gonna fucking
Yep.
know. She's gonna
Yep.
wake me up, and I'm gonna yell at her, and then fucking check it out the second time.
Yeah.
Generally speaking. So yeah, I looked that fucker up, and I'm like, so one of the things I found out about them, I've always seen those things in water, and they're usually much smaller than that. They fly.
Yeah, dude.
That fucker
There was
flies.
wings on the back of that thing. I saw.
I didn't know that they
Fuck
flew
that.
because
right
I've
to
only
your eyes, dude.
I've only ever seen him in the water, and I've only ever seen him like a third of the size maximum.
Yeah. Well, that one.
Those get
That's a big one.
Those get between 2 and 4 inches long, and they're the biggest.
Like my dick.
He's a shower and a grower, but
With room to grow.
but yeah, I guess apparently they're the biggest insect in North America.
Really?
Yeah,
Holy crap!
like
I didn't
for
know that.
probably by weight is my guess.
Yeah, I was gonna say there's stick bugs that are a lot bigger than that from North America.
Not from North America.
I was gonna say
Stick
stick
bugs?
bugs
and
are from
praying
North
mantis
America?
too. Yeah.
Praying mantises don't get that big though.
Yeah,
No?
every praying mantis I've ever seen
They're-
up here has been pretty small.
Usually
yeah.
that's about as big as they get.
Yeah.
Big sons of bitches.
I find them every day. Praying
I think-
mantis every day in my backyard when I go
Well,
out. with dogs.
the thing is, those stick bugs, I didn't think they were native.
I don't
to
think
up
they
here.
are. I think those are mostly like
Rainforest,
Vietnam,
and
you
stuff
know,
like,
like
yeah,
Southeast Asia and
Tropical-
shit like that, tropical
Mhm.
areas.
Yeah, I used to
Um,
have one as a pet. His name was Skinny. Yeah, just
No, I just thought it would be better to just be silent for a moment. 'Cause
The
sometimes,
largest bug in North America is the giant walking stick.
where the fuck do we
Really?
have walking sticks?
Yeah, where do
That
we
looks
have
like a
them?
rhinoceros
Well,
beetle.
that is like a rhino beetle, but while the term bug can be used loosely,
Maybe it's by weight, because
Yeah.
by weight, those things definitely they're heavy.
yeah, North America's long. It's.
I had no
it's a
idea that
walking
we
stick.
had them here.
Yeah, I've seen them in North
I've
America.
never seen. I've never seen that.
No, I think I saw something like that at the actual zoo. They had listed it as one of the largest because they,
Really?
they had a bunch of them there, and
Oh,
spiders and
cool,
whatnot. What
cool.
have you. I
Let's
know
see.
scorpions can pretty good.
I always thought walking sticks were cool.
By weight, the Eastern Hercules beetle is the biggest.
That's
Really?
the thing that moves its shit around.
No, that's a dung beetle. Hence the name dung beetle.
Ah.
No,
the poo-poo beetle.
that one that you just
Yeah,
had
the
on
hook-
there.
The hook head thing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I've never even seen those. But yeah, those fuckers fly, and I guess at nighttime, those fucking giant water bugs, like every other fucking bug that's annoying at nighttime, they look for light. My front
Right.
light's on.
Of course.
Flies up, probably fucking runs into the door because it can't see, probably, even though they have giant fucking eyeballs on the front of their head. And then that's when it woke up my dog, and
Yeah.
I was like, fucking Christ.
Well, hey, man, your dog is definitely a light sleeper because the scratching could not have been that loud.
It was pretty loud, actually.
Was
when
it really?
When I woke up, when I heard it the first time, I thought maybe it was the wind blowing a branch across something.
Sure.
And then I heard it again later, the second time I woke up, and I'm like, no, that's not a branch. That doesn't make any sense.
The movement didn't sound.
This
like
one sounded like
monotonous.
multiple.
He's
fucking
standing on
things.
his back porch with his fucking helmet on and his boxers.
My night vision goggles.
M4 point.
I've got
night vision
I've got-
goggles.
yeah.
It's like-
I've got my night vision goggle, IR laser pointed right at it.
just in his skivvies.
Like, go ahead
He's
and
got his
fucking
boots
move.
on though.
You came to the wrong house, you little bastard.
Go ahead and move, you fucking water bug. And that now it sounds racist, doesn't it?
That's what I'm saying, dude.
Yeah, kind
You
of
a
did.
water
there.
Get off my property, water bug.
Another porch monkey or something worse than
Well,
that.
I don't think that's what I said. But yeah, I think it was a conspiracy.
Oh, a
There's a lot
conspiracy.
of those floating around, isn't there?
Yeah.
Jeez,
oh,
A lot of
yeah.
those flying towards the light.
Well, I was going to say, because now there's been a whole bunch of conspiracies popping up about the Charlie Kirk assassination.
Oh my God,
Look-
dude! The list goes on and on. We knew
My
that was going to happen.
God.
Though.
Of course,
the moment,
of course.
The moment,
Even
it
if
was
everything was like pretty much solid evidence
we
all the
could
way
spend
down.
hours covering all the different
Yes.
conspiracies on this
Yeah.
damn thing. You know what I mean?
But
There's
one of the
videos like
things that
crazy
does
coming
look
out.
weird, I mean, look, he's shot with a 30-06, and they find the bullet inside his body.
That's the most baffling
doesn't
part
make
about it
any
to
sense.
me too. Is there's no fucking way.
Well,
There's
I-
no
who
fucking
knows?
way, dude.
I mean,
who
like
knows?
I was like, like
The-
I
the,
was
the
like
FBI,
look,
the person that fucking shot him,
well,
the real shooter.
well,
they know.
the FBI, yeah, Cash Patel was up there on the roof.
No, he had to fly in. It was BB Netanyahu.
Yeah,
it was the
yeah,
guy that
yeah.
owned the plane that flew
Uh-huh.
off. Remember that plane that flew off and turned off its tracking?
They
and
found
everything?
out that was owned by like an Israeli.
Yeah.
Yeah,
and
well,
there's an image of a guy leaving that has a bag over his shoulder
Well-
and a strap coming out of the bag that looks like a rifle strap.
And on top of it, you've got a guy going up, I did it, shoot me,
That
and
too.
then pulls his
yeah, there
pants
was
down.
that guy. That guy was. Yeah,
And then
I saw information about that guy. And
Yeah,
apparently
he's
he had
been
been
in every major fucking disaster in the last 25
he's been
years.
in mental institutions. The guy,
but he was at 9/11.
He was
at
yeah,
fucking
he's
like.
He manages to be at almost every
He
single.
Yes, he was
is-
at the Boston bombing. I think.
yeah, and then
I might have made that up, but I don't know.
no,
He was there.
no,
Okay.
that's true.
With
that's
his pants
true.
down, saying, "Hit me, I did it. I did
He's
it.
like,
Shoot
it was me.
Yeah,
I like cooking for a lot of
Yeah,
people.
this guy's he's obviously screwed up in the head, and he does that. He
here's
puts
the
himself.
question.
He puts himself in these kinds of positions and places during these disasters
or
after the disasters.
Or counter to that, is he maybe a guy that on paper looks crazy because that's what he's supposed to do, and
So
he goes to these
I know
events.
where he's
so
going
oh,
with
I see.
this.
Yeah. I see
And he
what you're
goes to
saying.
these events, and
Mhm.
he's supposed to be this guy that detracts from
Yeah,
everything else.
what do you call him?
Not a
there's-
patsy.
No, there's a
Plant,
there's no
the structure.
well no there's a word for him.
Distractor?
I'm trying to say
Racist?
Crisis actor.
No, well there are the crisis actors, but no, not them. It's God damn it! It's
We
like
could go through the
political
entire-
aggressor.
you-
It's I forget what it is.
It's
I don't
something
remember what it's called.
provocateur.
Yeah, it's a kind of provocateur, but I don't remember. There's a specific term for it, and
It's
I'm drawing a
agent
blank.
provocateur.
Yeah, agent. Yeah, there you go. Thank you. Agent
I was trying to help
provocateur,
him
yeah.
out.
well,
I
here's,
told you, I'm fucking tired.
there's other
Leave me
parts
alone.
of this
We could have
too.
gone through the entire list of words in the English
Then
dictionary.
if you had it, you should have just said it before.
No, it's much more fun to point out how dumb you are.
Another
Just
part
because I'm tired.
that I thought
tired
was
too.
kind of curious
Bug.
was the camera that was behind Kirk was taken down immediately, and there's images of them destroying the card.
They took
Them tearing up
everything.
the actual concrete stage and literally like the next day chiseling that thing to pieces and then pouring a new pad.
I mean, they literally went
I
in
didn't
there
hear
and-
about that.
Yeah.
The other thing
No
that's really
blood will be found there at all. They
The-
wanted none.
the other thing that's really odd too is like
It's
they're
very
saying
strange.
that like the FBI's official story is that Tyler Robinson took the shot, immediately took apart his rifle and put it in his backpack and ran across and then jumped down and then reassembled it in the woods and left it there.
Yep.
Which is
With a
odd.
towel.
Which is odd because the thing that he put it or took it apart with, which was the screwdriver, was left on the roof of the fucking building. There's a guy that actually has the same rifle with basically the same furniture and shit on it that posted on YouTube, and he's like, "Look, I'm going through this. I have tons of experience with this. I can do this very quickly. I don't have a massive adrenaline dump from firing at something." And then on top of it, a massively elevated heart rate. I don't have any of these things working against me where your motor functions go out the fucking window.
Right.
See, so this is the
And he
first
did it-
time that I've heard that he took it apart
This is what it's-
and
yeah,
put
this-
it back together.
this is what the
after-
FBI is
that's-
saying.
See,
Yeah.
that's the first time I heard, because I had heard people talk about how
What are
like
you doing? Are you even following the fucking story, Kevin? I
yeah.
mean,
No, he's just listening to the things
No,
that
no.
go. The government said it's right. It's right.
No, the story that I originally had heard was that he like put it in his jacket or like tried to put it down his
that's
pants
when he
or something,
showed
and
up.
he jumped
when
off.
when he
Yeah,
arrived.
And was
he did
limping
not
away?
he did not put it down his pants.
He had
going
it
off
down
the
his
roof.
pants
That's
when
not
he
even
was
close.
showing up. When they have a video of him walking funny to the actual building before
Yeah.
it all happened.
But they also show him limping away
he
after
jumped
he
jumped
jumped off a
fucking feet.
Yeah, he jumped off a building.
But well, it was. Did we know that he actually twisted his ankle or something
Yeah,
like
you
that?
saw
Is
him
anything
go down
similar?
and lip off.
Yeah, he
So
does
you
limp
think
up.
you
but
think
I'm
that he
just saying-
put the gun down his pants, a hot barrel that he just fired down his pants, and then went off the building?
That's what a lot of these people
No,
are
it
saying.
was
No,
it
they're
was
all
in his
wrong.
bag.
That's
it was in a bag.
insane.
They said it was because you could see him sling it over to the edge in the gutter
Yeah.
as he was climbing down, and then sling it down to the ground.
Okay. So
Yeah.
I don't. I
But
don't.
But
remember
anyway,
seeing that.
the official narrative saying that he took it, that he assembled it up on the roof, put the scope on and everything, and you can do that as long as your scope can maintain zero being taken off and
Okay.
put back on. That's fine. I don't have a problem with that. The parts that I have a problem with is that he took it apart that fast. Like I said, the guy that has the video of it, he's talking calmly through the whole thing, and he's like, "No, first you got to do this. You got to take the bolt out entirely.
Mm-hmm.
Then you have to go in with these specific hex keys in order to fucking take the barrel off,
Mm-hmm.
and then you've got to go and get another Torx key to fucking take this part off." And he's like, a minute and a half in, and he's like, "This didn't happen."
So
Not
we don't.
this way.
How long did they say that he was like after he fired the shot that he was up on the roof
You
before
can see
he
it
jumped
immediately.
down?
Remember
Like,
the video that we watched when we watched the video right after the shot, and literally seconds after, and might not even be seconds. It might be within the first second after
One
you
of
can
the
see the
original
guy
videos
run.
where they're panning the camera around and they see that figure.
Yeah,
across
you
the
can
top
see
of the
him
building.
running across
So
the
that's
roof.
immediately
the shot was
after.
fired.
And then almost immediately after that, that's when you see him fucking jump down.
Here's the other thing that I find very peculiar. There were how many people there at this event?
3,000.
3,000.
Yeah, I was going to say a
And
lot
we
of
have
people.
maybe
yeah.
a handful of videos.
Well, they're going to scrub everything that doesn't look like it fits the narrative.
Doesn't fit the narrative. It's going to be deleted.
I think the FBI fucked up if they're trying to make a narrative, because saying that he left we found the screwdriver on the roof, then how the fuck did he put it back together in the woods? Now,
and it also doesn't match how he described in his text messages to his boyfriend.
Yeah.
Those were conflicting as well.
Those admittedly look weird.
Yeah.
They do look weird.
And I will say that he might be doing that on his end to cover tracks and shit like that.
Like
you know
the whole Walter White method.
Yeah.
Right.
Not just that, but I mean even little details. Like, let's get these little details wrong so it doesn't match up and it's a little harder to
his
convict.
father, his old man, and all that other fun stuff.
Well,
that was very...
there's that. The other thing that's really fucking weird to me, too, is the shot itself. When you see the shot... When you see the wound,
this part's the most.
This doesn't make sense to me. It's a 30-06 from within 200 yards. My guess is actually, because I used Google and tried to do a distance. It's about 140 yards is what it looks like.
Yeah, because it wasn't exactly 200
so
yards.
So my guess, let's say it's 175. Just kind of an in-between both of those. At 175 yards with a 30-06, that's going to be a through and through, even if it hits bone. It's a through and through, and in this...
Okay, now this is where, like I was mentioning the pathologist that I saw an interview with, where he was talking about that how bullets can do crazy things when they hit flesh
they
hit bone. And the thing is that he was saying that while
this
it may seem like it happened a certain way, or it would have happened a certain way, he said that bullets can do crazy things when they hit flesh and bone, and sometimes they do radical things.
Yes.
And so it's not always a case of going through and cleanly and
Kevin,
that kind of thing.
I'm sorry, it's a 30-06 within 200 yards.
Well, he was talking about different kinds of bullets and saying like the different weird ways that these things can hit. And
you don't shoot.
Things.
I do shoot a lot.
I'm not.
He's the professional. Kevin,
Shane, I'm not saying this as. This is what I'm saying. I'm saying this is what the pathologist who's seen thousands of bullets.
No, I get it.
He
was
the same what.
He was the same pathologist that
he was
went
not.
Down the Clinton list.
No,
I get
he
it.
was
He's
not the same
dude.
pathologist.
Either way, I honestly don't buy his explanation at all on this. I don't based on all the shit I've seen from fucking shooting. I've shot animals. I've done.
Have you shot humans?
Here's
we don't talk
a video,
about
guys.
that.
really quick. Here's a video that done by Fat Electrician or something like that.
Yeah, he's pretty good.
This is
he has a lot of history.
This is a.
They got one of the jelly.
Yeah, the gelatin with an actual like bone structure inside.
I have guard dog.
And this is it should be about maybe 2 minutes or so. So you can pull that up.
Okay.
Very good representation.
This is actually them
2-3
this is
versus
the aftermath of them
that
shooting an actual
223 barely even did anything to the fabric.
I'd prefer that.
Yeah.
Skip it forward.
So they're going to try to replicate the shot?
No.
Yeah, that's what they're doing right now. Yeah.
Is this
You want to
new?
smoke him with one?
Yeah. So they set it up.
Doctor, put your skin back on,
This
man.
is after getting.
Good job, guard
They're going
dog.
to shoot
That
him in the
absolutely
neck.
stopped it.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Saved his life. Let's shoot him.
He needs some milk.
He needs some milk. So that's a neck shot with a 30-06.
That was the coolest part.
Actually, in the
chest shot. That's center mass.
Is cool.
Very easy.
This is why I don't believe that explanation.
There's
Oh,
no
wait,
way that
is
a bullet would be
steel
stopped
core?
by a
Steel core,
bone,
that's
dude.
copper?
No.
Oh, I bet it is.
Not a 30
Yeah.
It's way more massive than people think.
Yeah. But look at the destruction it does behind him. I mean, that bullet.
That is wild.
Yeah, do you buy that
Still barely
explanation?
slow.
Well, like I said, I don't
Crazy how
know.
much it
I don't know.
converted
to-
I don't know
Yeah,
what kind of bullet he was using. I don't know what kind of grain it was. I don't know what.
At that,
I don't know all the.
I'm gonna say at that distance, I don't really think it matters which bullet he's using. Even
Cool.
the
They send all the
highest expanding bullet is not going to do that.
Do we
It's
know
just not.
what type of bullet he? I mean, at least
I'm
30
guessing it's
but do we
probably
know what
just
kind it was?
regular Full Metal Jacket.
Yeah, it's probably something
whatever
you buy
the
at
most
store,
common thing
unless
is.
it's some
Yeah.
subsonic nonsense they had to spend thousands of dollars.
But
or something.
subsonic, it wouldn't have sounded like that.
That's
You know what I'm saying?
There's so many. There's so
No,
many.
yeah, I was
fucking-
just curious if.
And the other
'cause-
thing is, too, watching the video, when I initially watched it, the first video I saw of the assassination itself was the
far away
far
shot.
away shot. And immediately when he got shot, this is right. You sent the message, "Hey, Charlie Kirk got shot." I'm like, "What the fuck?"
Yeah.
Went on to X, and that was the first video that I saw. Right when I saw that, I go, "Oh fuck, dude, he got hit in the chest. That is not good."
Yeah.
Not good at all, based on where, like, because you see a shirt,
You
fucking
see a shirt
ripple
move.
up and all
Yeah.
that shit, and and that's what happened.
But
and
then the close up,
the close up,
the hit.
the second I saw the close up, I'm like,
neck.
it's not likely you're coming out
The
of
way
that.
No,
his
yeah.
shirt moved prior to that bullet hole, though, like,
Yeah.
See,
that doesn't make sense to me.
Not at all.
And it doesn't make sense to me either. But like you guys were talking about how he may have had a vest on.
A
And
lot
That's
of
what it
people were
looks
saying
and
that.
so
A lot
and,
of people were saying
and I've
that.
seen interviews with a few of the people that were
But
with
you know
him
nothing
that
else
day,
about the
and-
story.
No,
That's what's weird to me.
What are you talking about? I don't know nothing else about the story. I just don't know about. I didn't know
talk
about him
about-
taking apart the gun.
Yeah.
That
Okay.
that's the
No, go
part
ahead,
I
go
didn't
ahead,
know
go ahead,
about.
go ahead,
but
go
I'm
ahead.
saying I saw these interviews with like 3 of the different people that were with him that actually took him to the SUV that they
Yeah.
took him to tried to take him to the hospital in, and they like talked about how they had to do CPR and he was basically already dead.
Yeah,
already
I mean,
gone.
when
And,
you're hit there, it's,
yeah,
it's
but like
kind of game over.
They were saying that he did not wear his vest and that he, like people would always tell him
No,
you
I
need to
under-
wear a vest. Like even his wife would tell him
Yeah.
he
I
needs to wear a vest.
I
But
get that, but when you look at the video, especially the video we watched, we won't
oh, I
watch
know
it again on here.
Yeah,
Yeah,
we
we don't
can't
need
watch
to.
it on
When
here
when we
anyway.
watched that video again earlier, you can see an outline of a fucking, like, it looks like a plate right there.
Yeah, actually skip up his neck.
And
Well, it's like, I don't know.
And-
Like I'm just saying that this is what these people said that were
The-
there with him. They said he did not wear a vest that day.
another problem with a 30-06 hitting in that fleshy area of the neck,
Mm-hmm.
that hole that goes in initially is not going to be that big. It's going to be tiny.
Well, if you see the
I've watched it.
Yeah, we went through it in slow motion, and like you can actually see the entry wound right here, and then it explodes out this side of his neck.
But then
And-
that also throws the whole fucking, well, we found the bullet in his body out the window.
Again,
All right, so-
I also heard that that the bullet hit his spine.
See, and what we'd heard is that it was the collarbone and it stopped because he has massive collarbones.
Yeah, the actual.
See, I heard
the
it was his
person that
spine,
does
but it
the,
was he had
autopsy?
the
Autopsy.
Yeah,
The
he had
autopsy
it
part.
hit his
Topser?
spine, but he had like dense
Autopsis?
bones or something.
All
Shut
right,
up.
so-
No, that's what
the
that's
most
what
ridiculous.
that is what they
I
fucking
know that
said.
that's what they said, but it's the most ridiculous thing I've ever heard.
Okay, fine.
They have
It's the
dense-
most ridiculous
he
thing
has,
you
he has
said.
dense bones.
He said he
so-
was healthy and he had dense bones. He had healthy,
All right,
dense
so
bones.
This
I'm
is from
sorry,
the News
that sounds
Nation.
like-
We'll pull this up really quick. if
that
we
sounds
can.
like
That's
the
what
ma-
that's what the fucking guy in the interview said.
No, I'm sure. And then the bullet just fell out on his gurney in pristine condition.
It's not JFK.
Okay, so the high-velocity bullet that claimed the life of Charlie Kirk on September 10th miraculously did not exit the conservative activist and harm others. So he saved other people's lives.
Because he's got dense bones.
Okay, where Kirk was the. It's so fucking frustrating. That's just. Andrew Colvett, who produced Kirk's popular talk show, suggested the bullet's failure to injure or kill others who were behind Kirk is cause for celebration. He said the surgeon who tried to save Kirk in the hospital expressed surprise that the bullet went no farther, but also noted the density of the patient's body.
Well, see,
So
they
he
were
had a
talking
particularly
when I,
dense body.
So when I
Yeah, it's
heard them talk
ridiculous.
about it, it wasn't about his dense body. They said that his bones were healthy and dense.
The bullet should have
It's
just
still
gone
ridiculous.
through and through. It likely would have killed those standing behind him too, Colvett said. The anecdote was shared on the coroner found the bullet just beneath the skin.
Yeah, that's also ridiculous. Because a 30-06 doesn't just stop the
God,
second it
that's-
enters the body.
Just beneath the skin, Kevin, a 30-06
well, we don't
direct
know.
hit.
Okay, how I know, but look, dude, I'm saying this is what.
No, you're
I'm
just
seeing
buying
people
the
say.
narrative, and that's fine.
I'm not buying the narrative. I'm just saying this is what these people said. I didn't say I know for a
Who's
fact these
these
things
people?
happened.
Who's-
But are you questioning it?
Yeah.
That's the problem that I have.
Until
with
we
this.
get more evidence, what
No.
I mean,
Okay.
I mean,
But that's ridiculous.
that's what's being reported.
I
It's
mean,
true. You're right. That is what's being
That
reported.
is what's being reported.
But you're not questioning any of it.
I'm not a fucking expert,
You
Shane.
don't have to be an
That's a
expert
good
to
point.
have questions.
I
about
don't
things.
know how these things work, and I've seen this pathologist, but I've also read about other instances where people have been shot and bullets bouncing around in their body and do all kinds of weird
No, I
shit.
get that, but I'm also not
Like-
an expert on God or Jesus
God,
or
this
anything
thing
like
is-
that. But I question it and I go, It doesn't make sense
That's
to me.
kind of a different
What
thing.
the fuck is
It's not.
happening
Yeah,
here,
it's
dude?
actually
What
very
the fuck
different.
Did you
I'm not doing anything.
do? You're just hit close on
What
that
the
one.
Just
shit,
close it.
dude.
Just close it. It's fucking glitching out. Close.
It's
Just
being
close
really
that one.
dense right now.
Oh my god, dude.
What the fuck? That was weird.
That was really fucking wild.
But,
But-
no, I just I don't understand like
we're not
the
supposed
not
to be looking at that stuff,
questioning
guys.
it.
We're not supposed
I'm
to be
not saying I'm not
questioning
questioning. I'm saying, dude, these are the things that are being reported. This is what the information that's available right now. I'm not an expert.
No, you don't have to
so
be an expert to question things. That's not.
I'm
you-
not saying I'm
throw
not
that out.
questioning it. I'm saying these are the things reported. This is the stuff I've heard. This is what some of these experts have said that I've seen
that.
say.
How about this? What do you believe?
Yeah, why do you
I
need
don't
to appeal to authority?
God, I'm not
No,
appealing to
no,
authority.
I'm not-
I'm just saying this is what is being said, Shane. I
wanna
am
know
not
what-
an
no.
expert.
I've seen a lot of
I
things
don't
said.
know. All I can tell is what I saw on the video, and it looked to me like he got hit in the neck here, and it fucking blew out the side of his neck and the back of his neck.
It's not what it looked like to me at all. It doesn't look like it blown
That's-
out the neck.
That's what it looked like
'cause
happened.
the initial hole and it further frames in. It's the same fucking hole. It's just in a different. He's moved his body.
Yeah.
Well, see,
It's
no,
the same hole.
To me, it looks like it hits here, and then this part of his neck just blows
Yeah,
the
see,
fuck
and
out,
I
and
didn't
blood
s-
goes everywhere.
I didn't
no.
see that at all.
No, it was just the one inch.
That's
okay.
what I saw.
So, knowing what you know now, that wasn't what happened, obviously, because the bullet stayed inside him. It didn't leave.
Well, like I don't know what happened. I don't know where the bullet went afterwards. I'm saying like if you're
He's
getting
just
hit
telling
with
you.
the
No,
impact of
we
it.
just read where it
telling
went.
No, I understand that. I'm just
So do
saying.
you have
I
questions
don't,
about
other than the hit and the blood coming out and everything. I didn't see where the bullet ended up. I didn't see where it
Just
went.
beneath the skin is what the autopsy
I understand.
said.
I know that, but beneath the skin where?
In his neck.
So in his neck. So it
In
hit
his
here,
groin.
and it.
Yeah, it stayed in his body.
Yeah.
Okay, fine,
It's in
but
his big
still,
toe.
now it looks like his neck over here just fucking erupts in
But there's,
blood.
Yeah.
there's no exit
Huge
wound.
mess, yeah.
Right. I like I said, I don't know. I don't know where. I did not see where the bullet went.
No, even from all
These
the
people are saying it was just found under the skin.
even from
but,
all the reporting, there's not been one mention of an exit wound in any of the reporting
Yeah.
I've seen. None of
okay,
it.
Fine, but still, that from the video, it looks like it hits here, and then this side of his neck
But there's
just
no exit.
explodes in blood.
That's just his body moving. It's the same hole in
fine,
a different
but
position.
that's what it looked like to
No, I
me
understand that.
looking at
Kevin-
it, Shane. I'm telling you what I perceived
We're going
by
around-
watching
we're
the
going
video.
around in circles here about
I know.
this. My question is, what do you believe now that you know this information here?
Well-
is that raising any questions
Well,
for you?
yeah, obviously it
What are the
raises
questions,
I don't know that maybe I don't know. Did something happen? Was there some like well with the bullet and everything? Was it like
a Ralphus round.
is there a reason why the bullet would end up there other than fucking somebody else shooting him from a different angle or
It
something
raises
else?
This,
So
that's
it's
what
starting
that's
to
the
raise
point.
questions. That's
I
what
think
we're
that's the
trying
point.
to
But that's what
Yeah.
I'm saying. I don't know.
No,
this is like
you
keep
don't
telling
have to
you. I
know.
don't fucking
No,
know.
no one
Kevin,
really
stop it.
knows.
You don't
Kevin. We
have
don't
to
know
know.
either.
No,
We
I know.
don't.
But the thing is, though, you're like, oh, well,
I'm
don't
not-
you question? Well, yeah, I question things, but I don't know where to go with any
You
questions.
can and ask any dumb question. It doesn't fucking matter. Ask any dumb question. Ask anything.
Let's see what the
You
odds
can be
are
like,
or something like
was
that.
he really into the Teletubbies? Any question
well, that
you
has
want.
literally nothing
doesn't
to
matter.
do with this situation.
There's no dumb questions, Kevin. There's only there's some dumb.
Well, with
questions,
you, Shane, if
but-
it's not the right questions, then it's a dumb question.
no, it's not. That's not what I'm saying at all. My only thing to you on this would be, look, from what we've gathered on the information now is that there's an entrance wound, there's no exit wound, right? The fact that when you look at ballistics when it comes to firing like rifle rounds,
right.
the entry wound is generally and almost always smaller than the round itself because the skin's
Right,
elasticity.
Right. The exit wound is usually much larger.
Depending on the round, but yes.
Yeah.
And it's usually larger. That's
Yeah.
definitely true. With no exit wound, the one of the things that looks weird about it, and I'm not saying that this changes it to that it could be somebody else or anything like that. It could still be the same person that did this.
right, and that's the thing. We don't know.
No, we
Here's
don't. But
here's another topic really quick on the same subject. This is the another person raised the same question. Was it unusual for Charlie Kirk's body to stop the bullet that killed him? So they closed this actually. There's websites called Stack Exchange. It's basically it's kind of like, I guess it looks like a Reddit type thing.
Okay.
Kinda, yeah.
So someone raised the question. I want to address one of the discussion about this lack of exit wound with Charlie. I mentioned to his doctor that there were dozens of staff, students, and special guests standing directly behind Charlie. Yada 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 yada. It was an absolute miracle that someone else didn't get killed. His bone was so healthy and the density was so impressive that he's like the man of steel. It should have just gone through and through. It likely would have killed these people standing behind him. So there's the claim is that
Right.
the bullet should have passed straight through him rather than lodge inside his body.
Right.
Okay.
And that is based. That's what one
Yeah.
of the things that I had heard about how it the bullet like hit his like spinal cord, or that's what I had heard.
Yeah.
It hit him
But what-
spine in the neck basically, and then that they said that he was very healthy and that his bones happened to be dense enough to
So
impede the
but
bullet.
Here's what someone says right here. Bullets are made of soft lead, unless jacketed.
Well, they're all
and
almost
and
always
can
jacketed.
mushroom and break up on impact with soft tissue or bone. What
Says
do
no
we know-
miracle
Yeah,
necessary.
what do we know about the bullet and its path? Do we know that there's no exit wound? These are questions that I actually raised a while back on the 21st. So we've got more information since this person answered. But it looks
Right,
like a
yeah,
lot of
it's
people are
the-
raising the same question
It's
here.
the 24th
Is
now.
that a lot of people are curious, why didn't, I mean, this, obviously the faithful or religious are like, well, he's a miracle. It was a miracle. He
well,
saved lives.
yeah,
He
we
should've
can
just been
disregard.
saved,
We
right?
can disregard that bullshit.
So disregarding the whole miracle
Yeah.
approach, the odds of something like that, to me, in
Sure.
my opinion,
Zero.
is like, yeah,
And
is nil. I
yeah.
don't think something like that is even possible.
And I'm not doubting that the odds are extremely small. I'm just saying that based on what I've seen from these pathologists and what I've seen in other instances in the past in like documentaries and stuff where they talk about all these bullets doing crazy shit when they hit the human body in different
yeah, I've
places,
heard of
different
like
angles.
I've heard like 45 rounds
Also-
or nines bouncing off of people's foreheads.
Right,
because it hits
right,
the thick
shit
part
like
of the
that.
bone.
I've
And,
actually seen videos.
like,
Yeah.
well, yeah, and also like, and
that's usually
this
angle.
one documentary I saw where they were talking about this bullet that hit a guy, a rifle round. I forget what the rifle round was, or
Did
what
it
the
go
gun
into a
was.
guy named Conley?
No, this was not the JFK assassination.
I'm gonna keep bringing that
no,
up.
I know you do. But they were talking about how this guy got shot, and by a rifle, and it was like a hunting rifle. I don't remember what kind it was. I don't remember what the ammo was. But they said that the ammo itself that the guy fired was like really old, and it was, I guess, not well kept, and it had
It could have just been
caused
bad
it to-
powder too.
well, I don't know. I don't remember all the details, but basically this bullet hit him, and it hit his inner shoulder blade, and it basically bounced off the inner shoulder blade and lodged itself like in his gut.
Yeah, that happens a lot.
yeah,
No,
so-
22
But you're-
rounds will do that all the
you're-
time.
Right.
You're
Well,
also
and
talking
I
about
don't, no,
something
these
that's
were
moving-
this wasn't a 22. It was bigger than that. It was like a hunting rifle. I don't, like I said, it's been a while. I don't remember
Kevin,
the.
you can hunt with a
you know,
22 rifle.
Yeah,
I'm sure you can. I'm just
grouse.
saying.
Just
I am
give him-
saying
give him
that
shit.
rifle was not a
Flashbangs,
22.
dude, flashbangs.
But
Bucket of nails,
yes.
Kevin. Bucket of
But-
nails.
yes,
Remember that
yes.
shit.
But
Kevin-
the fact is, I'm just saying that yes, it
Yes.
does sound like it could be probably
But Kevin, you're
nearly
also-
impossible.
you're-
But I've also heard of things
But
like
you're
this
also-
happening.
Okay, so here's another thing. You're also talking about angles of deflection, which is a totally different thing than hitting a collarbone.
Okay, well, like I said,
just saying.
I don't. This is where I say I don't know. I'm
You're
just
right.
saying. I'm saying that I've seen
I don't-
in other instances
Of course.
where bullets have done
Yeah,
weird
but
things, and
no
it
doubt.
seems like the experts. And I'm not trying to appeal to authority
You
here, but
are
I am
appealing to
no,
authority
I
because
am
you're not
saying-
taking anything else
No,
into account.
I am. It's not that at all. I'm
you
just
are.
saying.
You keep going to the same argument. I don't know. So I'm
well,
going to just
no,
say that they
but
know.
dude, I'm saying that in the past there have been many instances of bullets doing things that seem impossible, and that they've still fucking happened.
I wouldn't say that. I would say that those probably don't seem impossible. If you look at them, they're not. They logically have.
Okay, fine.
They have, they, no,
yes,
no.
I know you're right
It's
about
not them
everything,
being
and
right,
everyone
Kevin.
else is
It's-
wrong.
It's illogical. A to B to C. You can see where
Unless
those
they go A to B, then C, D, E, F, G.
So the Conley
are we
one.
talking
No, I'm
about
not
here?
talking about JFK. There are other instances where shit like this has happened in the fucking history of humanity.
I don't know why you're getting so mad about this whole
because
thing. It makes
you're-
no sense to me.
Because it's like you. if it doesn't correspond to what you believe can
No,
happen,
it's not about what I
then
believe,
it can't
Kevin.
possibly happen.
Kevin, I've also done a lot of this shooting stuff.
I
I've
understand
done
you
a lot
have.
of it.
I understand you have.
and
But how many humans have you shot
It
from
doesn't
different
matter
angles
about
with different
fucking
weapons?
humans, dude.
It does.
No, it
because
doesn't.
This is a human that got shot.
I understand
All these
that.
people I'm talking about
Animals
were humans
also have
that
very,
got
very
shot.
similar fucking anatomy.
They
and-
do,
and
but
shit
they're
like
not
that.
human.
So it has to be
A human being
so
shot.
So you, the guy that says that I hold to these things and can't be
No,
are doing the exact
no,
same
I'm
thing.
saying that there is the possibility, however small, that
possibility,
something crazy
not
like that
probability.
could happen. That's the point I'm trying to make. The possibility.
I'm sorry, but the 30-06 fucking hitting the collarbone.
You're
and-
trying to
Stop.
narrow me
Stop for a
down
second.
into one little narrow
because
area.
The one thing fucking just
Because
happened.
I understand that, and I'm trying to just tell you that the possibility exists that this could happen. I'm not saying
I don't
this
believe
is
it at
what
all.
happened,
I
but
100%
shit
do
like
not
that,
believe that.
has happened in the past in other instances.
Kevin, I 100% do not believe that it hit his collarbone and then just
Fine,
stopped
you don't
inside the
have
skin.
to believe
that doesn't
it.
make any sense to
okay.
anybody
I
or
didn't,
physics.
Well, first of all, I didn't say that it hit the collarbone and set
Well, this
inside
is
the
what-
skin.
this is what it-
I
this-
saw, what I had seen from other people, the
just
other
speak
people said
louder
they
and then
said,
you'll get it in.
well, because you keep going back to the collarbone thing. Everything
Because that's
I
what's
read
been reported.
everything I read about it was being reported it was a hit him in the fucking spine, right behind back
Yes,
here.
yeah,
in the
I
neck.
haven't seen that once
That's
anywhere.
all
No,
I've seen anywhere.
I've actually heard that as well.
Yeah, see,
Because
I haven't
I've
seen
how
that
his
one.
body
enough-
reacted with
yes.
his arm kicking up like that.
True.
They
It
were
was a
saying that
spinal
a spinal
shot.
injury.
That's exactly
it
what I
caused
heard.
His spinal column to disconnect.
Yes.
The
and that's
other-
what made his arms kick up like that.
That's
The
what I
other
heard
thing-
from
the other-
everywhere I read
remember
about
hearing
it.
that
The
as
other
well.
thing that does that too would be, say he was wearing a vest, and it hits there, up into the neck, and then into the brainstem.
Yeah.
And if it does that, it does the exact same thing. I'm just saying
But
that
they
it
didn't
does.
say it hit him in the brain.
We have yet to see the
Yeah, but
actual
we haven't
autopsy
seen the
for him,
autopsy.
so we're
We
not
don't know.
100%
Well,
aware.
that's true. That's true.
We're going by what was reported by another person
Right,
who knows.
right,
So
for
we
sure.
We
don't
can also
actually.
speculate.
But
Yeah,
for,
yeah, there's
like,
nothing wrong with that.
there's
I'm
the
just-
person that
yeah.
the
That's what
person
I'm
that was in
doing.
charge with this, or who's been reporting on it, his friend saying, this is a miracle that the bullet was found in his body. I mean, that's
Sure,
his
sure.
account.
Right.
We don't know if he's even telling the truth.
We don't
Yeah.
know that.
So
Like
there's
this collarbone thing you guys are talking about with you guys today. This is the first I've heard about.
yeah.
it.
I've heard about it, so-
again,
He
we're going to be digging through the weeds in this for a while.
Yeah,
But
next week
for
it
sure.
could be something different.
I'm sure.
yeah,
And
It could be
here's-
like it hit his nipple
Basi-
ring.
for
Yeah.
for me, this is how it boils down to, and this is my opinion of it. The government's obviously lying to us about it.
Yeah.
They know that we know they're lying about it, but they don't care.
I think one of the reasons why it would be good to do that is we keep drumming it up and talking about this and not talking about that other thing.
Yeah, and that's the other distraction
Well-
as well. As long as we keep this
Never let
this
a-
dialogue going about Charlie Kirk, Epstein will fall further and further
Yeah.
down
Sure.
the rung
Never,
of the ladder.
never let a good disaster go
Yeah.
to waste.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
Not to mention
and-
the other things that he can take advantage of now that we're so distracted by this. The whole Israel
Sure,
thing, the
sure.
whole. I mean, even the war in Ukraine.
Where we're now siding with
Sure.
the Ukrainians
All
again.
of a sudden, we're on the side of and Trump is actually saying, you know what, Ukraine can take everything back, and
Yeah.
maybe even a little bit more.
Yeah.
yeah,
Putin's
Well,
a
and I don't doubt that-
paper tiger.
and
And Putin
and
came back saying, "We're not a paper tiger. We're Russians.
Right.
We're bears."
well, and I
Yeah.
and I
There's no
don't
paper
and I
bears.
I don't doubt any of that because we've seen all throughout American history and just history in general.
Yeah, and that doesn't
you know,
necessarily mean
that
that it's
sort of thing
a
is
conspiracy
done.
that the government did it.
No, I'm
They
not
could
saying
just be
that.
no,
yeah.
no, I'm
Yeah.
not saying you
right,
are.
Right.
That they just take advantage of. Hey, there's something bad happening. Let's
Sure,
take advantage
sure.
of it.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
let's really
Hammer that home.
Don't let a good
really-
crisis go to waste.
Yeah, let's really
I said
stir this up.
disaster,
Yeah.
but
Well, disaster,
I-
crisis, whatever. But and we've seen them just in the past 20 years do that.
Yeah.
But as it pertains to this, and I don't doubt that the FBI or the government could be keeping information from us.
I don't think they're
Or
just keeping
mis- or
information. I think they're
misleading,
lying.
yeah.
I
or
think they're lying.
misleading,
Yeah.
or
I think they're
lying,
100%
or
lying.
lying.
You take that
and-
whole the report that Kash Patel did when he was reading it, and there was an eye contact situation where he kind of looked up at the camera.
Like, you guys know.
Yeah, and then he also did another thing where he like scratched his ear and made another a tug at his ear. But then the comment he said, "We'll see you in Valhalla." Kirk.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
a very bizarre thing to say to a Christian.
It
I
is.
mean,
No,
I
it
know
is.
some people went in on that, but dude, like Valhalla also is like that's like warrior heaven.
I know, but does Cash Patel
It's
lead
not-
with that? I mean,
It's
that's
not a Christian thing.
I
at
don't
all.
know. No, it's not. It's Norse.
I know,
yeah,
but
well, that's
what
what
I'm
I mean.
saying.
That's a
It's
very
weird
peculiar thing
It
to
is
say.
weird.
Well, I mean, I guess, but I mean, I saw people talk about how that was weird and everything, but honestly, I just saw it as he's just.
Weird?
It's just he's saying that word.
The whole
Valhalla, like-
situation is very weird, very odd, and again, we're not going to get everything that we want from it. We're not going to get all the information we
True,
need.
true,
I thought you
and
said
hey,
to turn that off.
that could mean something. That could
Fucker.
mean something. It might mean nothing. He might have just said it because it sounded good at the time to say.
Yeah, no. In
you
his
know?
head, he was like,
It's
"Hey,
true.
this is gonna
Well,
sound
what
cool."
kind of fucking government
I
do we
don't
have
know.
that they consider
I
that to
don't
be
know.
cool?
I don't know Cash Patel. He,
See, I missed the 60s. I
you
wasn't
know?
even there. 50s and 60s, our governments were fucking awesome.
oh
We're
no,
getting back
our
we're-
governments were fucking crazy.
Well, they were
doing
hardcore
insane
too, but they
shit.
weren't saying
Yeah.
like until Valhalla. They were just saying we're not going to fucking tell you.
Yeah.
Deal with it.
And we're gonna
Right.
give you acid and make you fuck hookers in front of us.
Yeah, so
yeah, no
that's
shit.
what I mean. The government back then, they didn't hold shit back. And when it came to like conspiracies,
held
and all
everything
that
No, they
stuff.
held everything back. Yeah,
Well, what I mean is there weren't.
I know what
They
you,
were
I know
more
what you're saying.
gung
Yeah,
ho
yeah, yeah.
about.
Yeah,
fucking
exactly.
doing
There
shit.
wasn't this whole.
More like the Mossad.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they were doing crazy shit in the 50s and 60s.
Yeah.
That's what I mean.
But
yeah.
Kind
back-
of wish we were like that.
back to the point though, like I on the gunshot. From what I'm seeing in the video, it with his shirt coming up like
yeah, and
this,
that's weird. That
Yeah.
is
it's
very
not
weird.
just weird. It makes me, like I said, it makes me believe that he was hit in the chest with the like some sort of
Close that door.
vest on, and that the reason that wound in his neck is so big immediately is because now you've got a deflected bullet that, in whatever direction it deflects, it's not going to be going that straight, spinning.
Which also could lead into the reason why the bullet did not leave his body.
Yes, because it
Because
slowed
it
down.
slowed
I
the
mean,
fuck down after it hit his
significantly.
vest.
So it could be. Now that's the thing. Now, like I said, the people, those 3 people that have talked about it, about bringing him into the SUV, said that he
Special
wasn't
Victims
wearing a
Unit.
vest. Yeah, but they could have been wrong. You
Yeah.
know, I mean, they were freaking out.
Well, that's
Maybe
the
they
thing.
weren't.
Well, they weren't
You know-
supposed to announce that he had a vest.
And that could be another thing. Maybe they were
supposed
also
to
told-
disclose that.
Maybe
you don't
they-
disclose
maybe-
that under
well,
any circumstance.
Maybe they didn't. Maybe they on purpose said he didn't wear a vest when he was.
Yeah.
And I know that you've
I
heard
don't know
that,
that.
a lot of people have said that from in his camp saying that he never wore one. We always said too.
Yeah, his like
and
apparently
I've-
his wife would like push him to wear it all the
Yeah.
time, but he would always say no,
Well, then-
I'm not going to. That's what I had heard.
And
from
then, well, and
that
then
anyway.
I've heard the opposite from other people within the same camp,
yeah.
stating that he had a vest. He had one that was basically a perfect fit to where you couldn't even
Yeah,
tell.
Like
I
a
saw the
tailored
design of
one
it. Like
for
it was a
him.
Yeah.
white one with a perfect it was
Yeah.
a very expensive one as well.
I
obviously.
look. I've looked at getting one. Just I find them interesting. It'd be
So,
kind of a fun fashion
So you're
statement.
standing on your back porch aiming at bugs with a fucking vest on
Fuck
too.
yeah, dude!
That
They
damn thing
can't
come at
bite
you.
through all
So-
my Kevlar layers.
Okay, now the question.
Okay, now.
Now question
What-
I have
what-
is: so
what
if
is
he
it?
was wearing a vest and this guy's firing from an elevated position,
Especially
give
when
or
he's
take
leaning-
170
let's say
to whatever.
he's sitting about like this.
Right, he was like kind of leaned back.
So
yeah,
that's almost a straight-on
So,
shot at that point.
straight on shot.
But if
Now,
it hits in this angled portion, which is where it looks like it hits, because
at an elevated position, you think it would?
oh yeah,
thing like
yeah,
that?
yeah, 100%. Especially if it's steel. If it's a steel vest, like so plates come in many different flavors.
It could have
let's say,
splattered as well,
right?
and just a chunk could have hit him.
Yeah. So when you're talking about plates, they're usually I forget the one name. It's like UMPHW blah blah blah. So it's a polyethylene type of plate. That's one plate. You have ceramic plates.
Yeah,
Ceramic
yeah.
plates are designed to as the bullet's
They
going
shatter.
through, they shatter it and grind it up before it gets to the layers that will stop it completely. And then you've also got steel, which if you don't have any anti-spalling on that, the spall could kill you really easily.
So I've also heard a version. You probably know about this. They're called like flask vests or
flak vest.
no, not flak. It's flas or frass vest.
Yeah, I've seen frass. I forget the actual name of it.
I heard one of these guys talking about it, and they were saying, well, if he was wearing a vest, it's possible he may have had a frass vest or it's flas. I don't
there.
remember which. There. Okay.
Oh, flexible.
Yeah,
Yeah, flexible. Well,
they said something about like he may have been wearing something like one of these.
It's possible. The one thing about a frass vest, and actually this is one thing about
Holy fucking shit.
yeah, they're
dude.
expensive. And that's actually really cheap compared to some of them.
$1,700
Yeah,
is cheap.
I've seen them for like $5-6 grand.
so
Here's
there's
the
these
vest.
shoulder straps here.
Yeah.
I didn't see that under a shirt at all. All I saw was just a
No,
plate.
but it doesn't necessarily have to be this specific vest.
Gotcha.
It could be a vest that's
Could it
just
be
built into a shirt.
Yeah, that's the one I think I saw.
Yeah, and
Ah.
that's what I would think would be more likely what he would be
or
wearing.
one that could just
And so here's
go
the
around
problem
here, like secure around here, and maybe
potentially.
have some,
No, usually what it'll be is like an undershirt that has plate pockets in them.
Okay.
And so here's the problem with the Frass one, right?
Mm-hmm.
So this is the reason why the U.S. military didn't go Frass. Remember dragon skin?
oh yeah, I remember those.
So
yeah.
dragon skin was supposed to be the next best thing because at point blank range you could shoot an MP5 full magazine,
Yeah.
30 rounds into
I remember
it.
people were
Nothing
like
goes through.
freaking out about those for
Then
a
you,
while.
then you could take an AR or an AK-47 right after it and fire 30 rounds. Not one will go through.
Right.
Level 4 plates. They're flexible. They move with your body. All that shit. The problem with those is in heat, those little ceramic plates, which are little circles,
Yeah.
they would actually not delam but kind of move. So you would now have spots that could be exposed.
Oh.
So the problem with the Frass vest is it's not probably the best for what he's doing necessarily.
Mhm.
However, if it is a Frass vest and one of those plates is moved in any way, if that hits that plate, a deflection is very easy.
Mm.
But the problem, another problem with that is Frass vests are usually ceramic with the UMP, blah blah blah.
Right.
They're usually something with that polyethylene mix in it, and those are not likely to do a lot of deflecting. Steel is more likely to do deflecting, and that's because steel is a much harder material all the way through versus what ceramic is, which is hard. When it gets hit, it's fragile, and then it starts breaking the bullet apart as it moves. So it's not as likely to deflect. It can. See that this is
More
the
than
one
likely
that drives me nuts.
it would probably with one of those with a ceramic it would get embedded.
We'll pull
Generally
that up
speaking,
real
yes.
quick to show you guys what we're looking at here. Because this isn't graphic at all, but
No.
this was the outline Chin and I were talking about earlier.
Yeah.
Where you can actually see some sort of plate
It
there.
does look
But
like
the
a
thing
plate.
is though is that a plate or is that just his shirt moving in a
In
odd
the same,
way?
in the same, and then this image here of a close-up looks like a strap over his
Yeah.
shoulder.
Okay,
potentially.
that now see I've never seen that before.
Well,
and
It
if
does
the,
look kind of like a strap.
and if the plate is thin enough, and it could be
there's no
very
nipple showing
concealable.
through his shirt.
There are some that show nipple, but who knows? I don't know.
I
Like,
don't
and I also
know.
don't know what the size of the plate would be, that type of thing.
Yeah.
But
So
if it did hit upper chest, like there's like people claim,
Yeah.
there's people out there that claim like upper chest is where the shot was, and if it did hit upper chest, that's where the plate curves towards the neck. So that would also explain why his shirt on the one corner went up to his ear.
Yeah, that was peculiar.
It's up to his ear. That doesn't happen.
So not only would there be the kinetic energy,
Yeah.
which would cause the shirt to ripple,
Yes.
but also, I mean, if the bullet did go up,
It's traveling
it could
up
pull
that
the
side.
shirt
yeah.
up.
That's
See,
the idea that I was thinking
Yeah.
as well. As it hit, it brought his shirt up like that too,
Yeah.
and that put the hole there, and could have hit the brainstem.
So-
Yes.
exactly like that.
and
So-
and he's basically dead instantly.
yeah, where he pulled the fucking
so
where he's
now-
punched kangaroo thing,
Where
right
he's doing
there.
Thriller.
So now the thing
Yeah.
is, though, it's possible. So if that were to happen, then
Now this
it
isn't
would-
a
wait,
conspiracy.
No,
you
no,
know
no.
what
I
mean?
know, but I'm just saying, like, if that happened, then it's possible that the vest could have slowed the bullet down enough to where
Exactly.
it could have gotten embedded
Yeah,
instead
That's
of
what we
exiting.
just fucking said.
Yeah.
No,
That was the whole.
I didn't hear you say that.
That
part.
was the whole point of what we were trying to talk about earlier.
Yeah.
Is that if it had a way to dump some of its energy,
Yeah.
without actually inflicting the damage first,
Mm-hmm.
then yeah, that makes sense that it would embed in the skin. Because I mean, even if it takes half the energy there,
Yeah.
that's a lot of energy to dump. You know, at 30-06 at that distance, you're probably still looking at what 1,700 foot-pounds of force.
Plenty
That's
of
a
damage.
lot.
The
Who
damage
knows?
that
Yeah.
he did to his neck. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
So that's I
so,
think
I
that's
mean,
where
I
I'm
think
leaning
that's-
on this.
I
is
I
that-
think that's definitely possible
You know
for
what I
sure.
mean?
And again, that doesn't change the narrative of who
No.
shot him or anything
No,
like
no,
that.
no,
You
no,
know what
no,
I mean?
right.
But now
The rest of the
then
shit
there's
the FBI says is crazy.
so then there's also like we said there's other people that are putting videos out saying like someone shot him from behind.
Some of those
and
look
then,
weird, and I'm just like,
and then
those
there's
don't
the,
make
the
sense.
the small hidden
Yeah, that
gun
one's
in the
fucking
hand
crazy.
from someone in the
The
crowd.
way
and-
There's going to be
William
a lot of
McKinley
AI
gun.
generated stuff. There's going to be so
Yeah.
much
Oh.
to keep us distracted.
That one's been fucking going around a lot. Does this look like the shooter? And you're like, no, that's actually an AI enhanced
Oh yeah, I remember people
picture
thought,
of it.
Yeah.
Like literally, I watched the first person post that on X. I was
remember
on
seeing
the thread
that.
and then saw it.
I remember seeing that too.
A minute after,
and then people were using that AI image, saying like he doesn't look anything like the real guy.
They were
It's like,
using it
yeah,
as
'cause
that's
AI
the
one.
photo,
Yeah.
and it's like no. If you see any of the other photos, it looks nothing like him.
Well, I know that what's her name, the gal we were talking about off air,
Candace
Owens,
Yeah.
was brought up an image of the shooter being at a Subway 15 minutes away.
15 minutes away, and a lot of people are reporting that as it was 15 minutes after the shooting.
Yeah.
which is not true. It was
So
like
I heard
5.5
something about this.
hours
Yeah.
after that.
Yeah.
I heard something, but it's what they were getting mixed up was that
That's
Subway
the
is
distance.
15 minutes
Yeah.
away
Not
from
15 minutes
the
after.
location. Yeah,
Yeah.
And
I
literally,
heard
it was
them
at like
talk about this.
It was at like 6:30 at
Yeah,
night.
yeah.
and the shooting happened at like what 11:45 or 12:45, something like that.
Yes, close to noon-ish or somewhere
it was
around
either
there. Yeah.
it was either just before 1 or just before noon.
Yeah,
I can't remember
yeah.
exact time.
Yeah.
And it's like 5 to 6 hours later that he's over there. And they're like, does this seem like a guy? It's like,
Yeah, no.
do
it's
you
like-
know what a guy seems
right.
like after they shoot someone,
Yeah,
or do you
yeah.
just think what you would do after you shot someone?
Yeah, so I had heard that too, like how people got that mixed up, the whole 15-minute
Yeah.
distance to that
Versus
subway
time frame.
versus time frame. Yeah.
We're
It
not
was
gonna
so
find much
far
on
off.
conspiracies on
No,
the
not
basic web.
not
There's
through
no
straight
way.
Google. If you
Yeah.
go to maybe DuckDuckGo, you might.
Oh yeah, the baseball player Tyler Robinson's the one that got him.
Well, that was another thing too. Is remember how they were always they were putting out like, oh, this guy's definitely conservative, blah blah blah. And
Oh yeah,
he
because
shot-
his family's conservative.
Not just
Well,
that.
that's the whole reason why fucking
Jimmy
Jimmy
Kimmel?
Kimmel got fucking
Yeah,
canceled.
Yeah.
Well, that-
quote
I was-
unquote.
I was also trying to lead into that
Yeah,
with
well,
this.
I just did.
But no, so they were saying that he's conservative. They got proof that he donated to this. It's like no, that's another guy named Tyler Robinson from Utah.
Yeah.
Same name, different guy.
Probably.
And
a
on
pretty
top of that,
common
how many
name.
people go? I don't like my like what my parents believe politically, and then go away from that. A lot of people.
Guess who else is like that? Destiny.
Yes.
His family's
Oh my
conservative, and he's about
He's
as
gone off
left
the-
as it gets.
He's gone off the deep end. So first
Yeah.
off, remember last week when we reported that he was pulled off of Twitch because of this? Not true.
Well, no, he was already off.
he was
Twitch.
pulled off of Twitch
Yeah.
in 2022.
Yeah, yeah.
2022. So he's been off Twitch for fucking 3 years.
Yeah.
He's now getting demonetized on like
I
YouTube
think
and
YouTube,
shit.
Yeah.
He's also now having people on the left saying, "Hey, dude, fucking calm down."
Yeah, I saw him in a. He was doing a convention recently.
Yes,
and
that's the one I'm
this
talking
woman,
about.
her name's. She goes on YouTube. She's called Not So Erudite,
Yeah.
and she calls him out.
Yeah.
In the middle, she's like, "You're making this look like we're all crazy."
Well,
you know?
and then you hear the crowd start going, "Yeah," and she's like, "No, I'm not on your guys' side at all."
Yeah, that's the one.
She's
Yep.
like, I'm not on
Yep.
your guys' side at all.
Yep.
I'm just trying to call out the bullshit for the
Exactly,
bullshit.
yeah.
And she's right.
Yeah,
Destiny
100%
has
right.
said so many great. I mean, even Hassan Piker is saying Destiny needs to calm down. Hassan Piker, who said we need to fill the streets,
Fill the
with
streets
the
with
blood.
capitalist
There's capitalist blood.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And-
Hassan's insane.
Hassan, yes,
Um,
those are the two that are probably the most insane on the left.
Yeah.
For like
At least,
talking head type people.
yeah, at least in their popularity
Yes.
level. Yeah.
Yeah, there's definitely other ones because I've seen a lot
For
of people
sure.
saying that Charlie Kirk was a Nazi. It's a good,
Yeah.
only good Nazi is a dead Nazi. It's like he wasn't even a Nazi.
No.
Like he was
Basic bitch conservative.
you
You know?
like when I was younger. This is all the things he was saying except for the anti-war stuff was just what a conservative was.
Yeah. Yeah.
Just
A
a Christian conservative. That
Yep.
was it.
Yep.
And I'm like, look, I don't agree with that, but
No.
at the same time, I
But
go,
Pretty
Pretty
middle of the road
pretty-
conservative
A
Christian.
lot of people
Pretty-
switching over though because of it. You know.
pretty much.
Yeah, he
The
did.
fuck was that?
Pretty much
Oh, it's
Kevin
your
like
doggy.
milk toast.
Milk toast fence sitter.
Yeah, remember? I knew you'd remember that.
Yes.
That was actually one of my favorite lines because it made no sense, but it was funny for some reason.
Yeah.
It was. We all laughed.
Yeah, they say that about Tim Pool too. He's the milk toast fence
he,
sitter.
he is, but he's
Even though not so much
not
anymore.
lately.
No.
But talking about the Jimmy Kimmel, like last week,
Yeah.
and I wish I would have said this last week before this happened. Him getting back on the air, with his cancellation, I didn't necessarily agree with it. Because
I didn't
what he
either.
said was not
No.
like it. yes,
Well,
factually inaccurate.
yeah,
however,
he was lying.
Not
you know,
crazy. It wasn't him going, I'm glad he's dead. You know what I mean?
No, he didn't do that. But I mean, he was definitely blatantly lying.
Yeah.
But
Especially
I don't
since-
think that he should have been removed from
Well,
television
especially
for
since
that.
he says it on a Monday night. Literally on Sunday is when we found out all the information that he was, that Tyler Robinson had been pushed further and further left by going to college and, sleeping with the dude.
Yeah, and also the people he talked to on the internet and like Discord
Yes.
and stuff. He was just getting more and more radicalized.
More and more arguments with his parents about all of this shit.
Yeah, especially with his dad. Apparently, they
as
argued
I
a lot.
understood it. He wasn't. He was not canceled, but he was suspended or whatever.
Yeah,
because other, what are they called? TV program or TV producers.
It was TV affiliates.
Were getting
Nextel
complaints
and
from
Sinclair.
their viewers saying we don't want to watch this. Why is he? And so they were basically going to Disney or whoever owns it, and saying, "Hey, we don't want that airing."
But do you want to know one of the problems with that right there is that during that time frame, the FCC was also potentially talking about changing rules in order for companies to own more TV stations at the exact same time.
So also, one of the FCC guys went
move.
on. Yeah, so one of the FCC guys went on to the Benny Johnson show, and they were talking about what Jimmy Kimmel said that night on his monologue, and the FCC guy was talking about how they were looking into possibly taking action against that, against Jimmy Kimmel and all that, but. For one, he didn't say that they were going to, but a lot of people thought that put pressure on the affiliates to take Jimmy Kimmel off, which we don't know for sure if that's what did it, but it sounds more like it may have been more of a business-minded decision.
True, but
who knows? There could have been a bit of both.
You've also got Trump saying, we need to investigate these people, and saying that about The View and all that shit.
Yeah,
and
which
it's
is... That's a little too much.
When the government gets involved with it, I go, get the fuck out of here.
I agree.
I don't like that at all. Yeah. I don't want them coming in. Look, we're not a big channel, but we say some fucking crazy shit from time to time.
Yeah.
I don't want them taking us off because they're like, well, we just don't like what you say.
I didn't see it as censorship though. That's the whole thing. I didn't see him being censored at all. I didn't consider it that. Because it had nothing to do with. It had nothing to do with freedom of speech, in my opinion.
It's 100% freedom of speech.
It was basically viewers didn't want to hear that shit.
Well, so the thing is, though, technically,
and because they're not owned by the government.
No, this was a decision made by.
This is a corporate decision.
When it comes down to
we're
it,
not using you because we didn't. People don't like what you said.
This comes down to the affiliates, the affiliates, and their advertisers that had a problem with what happened.
Exactly.
And whether there was maybe their decision may have been spurred on a bit more by the FCC talk and everything, and maybe it was, maybe it wasn't.
Corporations have the ability to do that regardless.
True, but
I don't like the government getting involved on any of this.
I completely
didn't like
agree.
it when
they didn't,
but they kind of did when the FCC's coming in and saying stuff.
The problem
literally
is
the night of.
The problem is though, one thing though, there's a lot of Democrats saying that the Trump administration did this, and that's not true.
Yeah, no, it's same thing with Stephen Colbert and stuff.
Right.
And it's like, look, late night's fucking dying. I'm sorry to say it.
The late night
anybody
shows
that's into late
terrible.
night, sorry, it's a dying breed. It's going to go away. They're going to start podcasts. They'll be fine.
And right now, I mean, the stuff they've got, like, these shows are terrible. And Stephen Colbert, the reason why he's getting canceled, why he's getting his show canceled, it's because he gets paid a lot of money. The show costs a lot of money, and they're not making enough money to justify its existence.
I don't think any of the late
That's
night
what
is.
I mean.
They're not.
This had nothing to do with freedom of speech or censorship.
It may not have, but it's not a good look.
It's
the Walt
definitely
Disney
not a good
Company,
look.
Which owns ABC, offered the explanation after the fact. Says, we made the decision to suspend production of the show to avoid further inflaming a tense situation at an emotional moment for our country.
I've heard
it's
that.
a decision we made because we felt some of the comments were ill-timed and thus insensitive.
So
federal that's a free speech. Then.
So the guy that was on the Benny Johnson show, he's the guy, the Federal Communications Commission Chairman Brendan Carr. He's the one that I saw talk on Benny Johnson, and
been on this long?
So he said, truly sick. And he warned the network and its local affiliates could face repercussions if Kimmel was not punished. On Monday, Carr denied that he threatened to revoke ABC's local station licenses over Kimmel's remarks, and he did not say that he was going to do it.
No, but
he did say that they should do something about Kimmel.
Yes,
saying those things.
And to me, when the government
they have control of what he can or can't say. They're paying his fucking check.
They are.
I
That's
100% agree
That's
with
true.
that. However, when you've got the government saying stuff too, it does look like pressure being put on it. It's the same thing that happened during fucking Biden's administration when Biden was reaching out to, I don't know, Facebook, Twitter,
YouTube
Google,
just came out and
saying
admitted
that.
that Joe Biden's administration came at them hard about getting rid of certain people that say
Conservative.
certain things, and
Didn't violate any of the rules or
and they
regulations.
brought all those people back. I guess.
Yeah. And people that would say anything about COVID that didn't fit the narrative.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And the thing is,
that's censorship.
But
so is
Democrats
this,
didn't have
if
a
you do
problem
that
with
too.
that. You know, people like Jimmy Kimmel didn't have a problem with that.
And that's what. Look, I don't like it when either side fucking does it.
Yeah, I
I'm
agree.
sorry to say. Look, and if Jimmy Kimmel was just doing this on a podcast, fine. You know what I mean? Like now you don't have the only thing you could say is that the government's getting involved in it. Because the podcast stations wouldn't be like, oh, let's get rid of it because we're making money on it. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
They don't care. Look, you have your own spot. Somebody else with a different point of view has their own spot. So
Well, he's back now.
Well, he's back now, but the thing is, the Nextel and Sinclair affiliates are not showing. They're still preempting his show.
Well,
you know,
Sinclair owns the one in Portland.
and
see,
the Seattle as well.
Yeah.
And
Jimmy's apology.
Let's watch his apology.
Yeah,
'cause it is pretty bad.
Yeah, he doesn't exactly say the.
He says, "I'm sorry you took it the wrong way."
But in a way,
back,
yeah.
Jimmy. Hollywood missed you.
Less than a week after his suspension became a flashpoint for free speech in America,
Jimmy Kimmel says, Trump must go!
Jimmy Kimmel is back, and he was no holds barred.
Anyway, as I was saying before I was interrupted.
Kimmel is one of America's biggest late-night talk show hosts. He was taken off the air by
it's
ABC
mostly just,
after
it's
making
the opening
comments
of
about
his-
the alleged assassin of conservative activist Charlie Kirk. Clearly emotional, Kimmel spoke at length.
You understand that it was never my intention to make light of the murder of a young man.
Oh, God.
Him and his fake fucking crying. Yeah. It's always
There were
alligator
thank
tears.
yous and wise
I
but
don't
also
believe his
warnings
tears. Yeah.
about the direction
'Cause it's
he
over.
says the country is heading.
Back to normal.
This show is not important. What is important is that we get to live in a country that allows us to have a show like this.
Look, and I'm fine with
These
that.
people had the hottest
That part I'm
ticket
fine
in
with.
town.
Yeah,
the live studio audience for Kimmel's return.
I don't like the show because he lies all the time on it. But he still has the right to have the show.
Yeah, the rest
In
of
my
it's just
opinion,
people's
you know.
opinion on it. I don't want
Yeah,
to.
I mean,
Yeah.
Adam Carolla did a talk about it because he's still good friends with
He's
Jimmy
still
Kimmel,
very
and
good
he was
friends with
talking
him.
about like I don't believe that he should. I believe that he was wrong with what he said, but I don't believe he should have been taken off the air
Yeah.
for it.
It was the corporation's decision.
I still
It
think
was,
that there was. I
but-
still think that there was pressure from the government.
I
in
mean,
there.
the thing is, though, is that as
you look at
far as we
emails-
can tell, the FCC guy, Brendan Carr, did say that they should do something about it. But in that article, they say that he had said that they were going to take action. And
There'll be
I don't
no
remember him
retraction.
saying that.
There'll be
you
no
know.
retraction
No,
on
of course
that.
not.
That's what I mean. It's like what
And if there is, it's page 10.
if ABC or whoever was responsible for his suspension didn't follow through and suspend him, what repercussions could the FCC actually
That
have done?
fines.
Yeah, they could fine
suspending
him.
licenses.
Yeah.
For
The company.
I know, but for violating what FCC rules and regulations?
They can, the FCC can kind of make up shit. They did it to Howard Stern for years.
Yeah.
And I hated
They did
every
try to
minute
go
of
after
it.
Howard Stern back in the day,
They
yeah.
fined him over, what was it, like 4 or 5 million
I don't know the exact
over like
number,
a
but-
20-year
yeah,
period.
but they did fine him
And
quite a few
so like
times.
I've always been on the side of free speech. Like
So what does the
Yeah, me
FCC
too.
look over? I mean, is it basically
It's
public
the
broadcasting only, or
Well, it's basically I think it's anything that's on TV and the radio.
yeah, it's all radio and then the main channels, like the non-cable channels.
okay?
Technically, so here's one of the things so the FCC does have enough fucking power that they do scare people, right? For years and years and years, cable wouldn't fucking do anything because they didn't
That's true.
want the FCC to look at them,
Okay.
right?
I say with
Only-
radio, even to this day.
Yeah,
Yeah.
radio is still terrible
Yeah.
because of it. And so the FCC, they can come in and get you for obscenity laws, and those things change throughout time. They can...
Yeah, faggot.
Yeah. You're going to have to write that down, dummy.
Minute 4.
104.
But yeah, that one was fine 10 years ago.
Yeah. Well, and that's the thing. And the line shifts all the time. And tomorrow it could be something completely different.
Isn't that right, faggot?
Oh, you son of a bitch.
105.
Let's see if we can get 4 more in the next 5 minutes. Really working out.
Please don't.
But yeah, I mean, to me, I think when you have the FCC chair saying something like that, and then you have an immediate suspension right after that, it doesn't look fucking good for free speech.
No, it doesn't look good. I agree that it's not a good look, and I hope that the FCC did not actually do anything, because if they did, that's fucking wrong.
Well,
But-
I hope the Trump administration didn't do something.
Well, I hope they did too.
I hope
I hope
that
they
we
did
don't
too.
find out years from now when some bigwig fucking buys up, Sinclair and all this shit, and like, oh look, we got all these emails.
Yeah,
that
yeah.
The Trump administration was, it's
like we're
it's
finding
the
out
Twitter
about
files.
Biden and
Yeah.
shit. Yeah,
we
and
will.
and
It'll
that's the thing.
happen. Maybe it
I don't
will.
like
Yeah.
that when it comes to either side doing that.
I agree.
I
agree.
stand pretty firm on the First Amendment. I think you should be able to say
I'm the
what you
same way.
want.
The only thing, obviously, not inciting violence.
No,
You know,
and that's the one thing that I see Destiny doing and fucking Hassan Piker.
Yes,
And I'm
they
sure
both
there's
do
guys
it.
on the right that do it too.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
but they don't fall under the FCC regulations.
No,
you do. You still fall.
not FCC.
Yeah,
but
it's not an FCC regulation.
First Amendment.
It's a criminal. That's a criminal infraction that could be, because if you're doing it on the internet, you're technically doing it over state lines. That would be a federal offense. So if you're inciting violence, that's the one spot where free speech kind of stops. Right? Is when you start inciting violence, and they have to have it pretty clear cut that you're trying to incite violence.
Yeah. So and like with Destiny, for instance, what he said about wanting conservatives all dead.
Yeah.
The thing is that I was watching this lawyer talk about it, and they were saying basically he's like literally just
on the line.
skirting the
On the
line. Yeah, like you have to basically say
you almost have to say I'm going to end this.
kill this person, or
But Destiny did
you know.
do that 5 years ago when he was talking about another streamer that he's like, oh, I almost actually got everybody together and we were gonna go over and fucking get this guy and murder him.
Oh, I don't remember that. Wow.
It's fucking insane.
Dude, he's nuts. He's lost his mind. His
He
life
used
is
to be-
falling apart, and he is.
And he used to be one of my favorite ones to watch.
He used to be a reasonable guy.
Yes.
And I used to watch him too, but now
He's gotten so fucking.
He's gotten so
it's the Trump
unhinged.
derangement syndrome.
Absolutely.
So much so that, he believes that he's a Nazi. He believes he's an authoritarian. That he is a fascist, and it's
he thinks and he also thinks the same way about conservatives. He thinks conservatives are the most evil people in the world.
If you mention the authoritarian things that the Biden administration does, he'd be like, "Wow, I don't see."
Yeah,
it that
he
way."
totally
You're
defends them. Yeah,
but what? But the Biden administration actually went in and said,
Yeah,
it went in and said to companies, "You must pull these people off. Take the Hunter laptop fucking story down."
Yep.
Told multiple companies, you have to
Absolutely.
take it down. It's definitely misinformation, even though it was proven to be 100% real.
Mark Zuckerberg talked about what they did to Facebook on the Joe Rogan show.
Well, and he had to wait until after Trump got elected,
yes,
in order to be able to say something. Because had he said it during then, he would have been probably censured.
Oh, for
and
sure.
fucking fined and maybe even
absolutely
jailed.
Biden, for what happened to Jimmy Kimmel, I know we don't agree, none of us agree with what happened there, but what Biden Biden did so much
way worse.
more to so many people, and just that was out of control.
Off topic a little bit, but did you see what Trump did with the wall of presidents? He actually
skipping
did that. Yeah,
he's skipping Biden.
He didn't skip Biden. He put a picture up of the auto pen.
That's hilarious.
It's there.
He's actually he is funny.
He is funny.
Isn't that something else?
Did you see the other thing? Somebody fucking, I forget where it was. See if you can find this. But somebody put up a statue in, I think, Washington D.C. and it's a big bronze statue. It's Trump holding hands and skipping off with Epstein.
Oh no! Shit.
Probably
right there.
Oh, is that it right there?
Yeah, somebody put this up. It's fucking hilarious. That is hilarious. Whoever did that, that's fucking great.
It says "best friends forever" on it.
And this is the one thing that I don't see. For some reason, I'm considered right. I'm not.
That's
but,
pretty funny.
Yeah.
But this is the one thing though that you will not see from the left side. So the left side, like they didn't care about Epstein until just recently.
Until
recently.
I disagree.
I think a lot.
I've been following the Epstein thing since it started. The left was always like, we don't care.
Yeah, because because like Bill Clinton was implicated
and they were
stuff
fighting
like that.
it, pushing
it.
Absolutely. And the only time they cared is when they heard, oh, Trump's in there. Let's get that.
It was whoever was in political power at the time didn't care.
Trump cared a little bit during his first presidency. A little bit. It wasn't a lot.
No.
I mean,
I was going to say
that was when he got arrested.
They put the kibosh on that.
Yeah,
though.
that's what I mean. Whoever was in political power at the time will not care about Epstein.
Well, either way, I cared about it.
Well, that's what I mean.
Time.
The people, both sides, left and right, have always wanted Epstein's file released.
I was going to say, we might as well get to the fucking shooting that happened today then, I guess, to end the show. I didn't realize we had talked about
we were on that for a while. So the shooting that happened today.
And Sam Hyde was talking about it like the next 2 weeks. It's 2 weeks to exact date.
And what do we got? We got more political violence.
Yep.
And
I'm sorry, it's not nearly as extreme as I thought it would be, honestly. From what that guy was saying, I was expecting end of the world in 2 weeks.
Well,
no.
Well,
it's going to start slow.
But I mean, he was what he was saying. Is like what happens in the next 2 weeks is really going to determine the path we're going to be going down. And and a lot of people have been talking about this, like where we're at right now. Nobody seems to see a way out of the path that we're going. It just seems like we're on a spiral.
Because you've got the left who still goes, okay, we don't like political violence, but you guys are all Nazis.
Yeah,
and
we're just doing to you what you did to us.
Yeah, it's right. It's like even though I don't remember any.
Well, that's because they believe that they're deporting American citizens and putting trans people in concentration camps. They believe that shit
all the time.
Well, they're being murdered in the streets. They believe that.
They also believe that this is exactly what the Nazis did. They went in and fucking deported Mexicans, apparently. Yeah. And
but again, there were lots of Mexicans
the rhetoric
in
that's
Germany.
being fed to these people and that's just it. I can't find anything that follows through what their claims are on the internet or anywhere in the media that says that people are being put into concentration camps.
Oh, yeah.
I don't see any of that.
No, but do you know where it's coming from?
Trans people are being murdered in the streets. I don't see any news of that.
Because there isn't.
It's not going to come from the news. It's going to come from Facebook posts. It's going to come from Discord chats.
That's what I mean.
It's going to come
Reddit.
from Reddit. Mm-hmm. Reddit is big on it. I mean,
my friend was taken out of
TikTok,
the States. And my friend was murdered because they were trans.
And do you want to know where it's really coming from? Bot farms.
Yeah.
Oh,
that's
for
number
sure.
one where it's coming from. It's Russia and China going. China actually just
gotta keep them separated.
Well, China actually, I think it was X. I think that just banned a bunch of fucking accounts. That they found out that China was actually going in. They made a bot farm. They trained an AI to, okay, we're gonna. I don't know what they used, but here's an example. They be left wing, always attack these key points, and do it in this style.
Yeah.
And so they'll train all their bots to do that. Those bots will get on there and just argue with everybody about everything. Look, I know about this thing that happened and this thing that happened.
Yeah.
And the constant comparing the right to the Nazis is what's doing it.
Yes,
I mean,
it is absolutely
the ICE facility that was attacked today. What have they been calling ICE since Trump has gotten in?
The Gestapo.
The Gestapo, the
yeah.
secret police.
Yep.
Gavin Newsom just passed a law stating that, I forget it's the no secret police law or some shit like that is what it was called. Mm-hmm. It's like, that language just in the law is now saying that these guys are Nazis.
Yeah. And yet the Democrats are saying, the Republicans need to turn down the temperature. Yeah. It's like, you guys keep elevating the temperature, with this language that you're using.
I know. It's just like in the house when, like you and a woman, and like the temperature, you can never get it right.
Just make it a thermostat joke because the man is always too hot and the woman's always too cold. Yeah. Don't touch the thermostat.
That is true.
I know. I want the house to be cold.
Yuck. Yeah, no ICE agents at all. Actually, detainees were killed at this. That's what's so crazy about it. And the coward that did it offed themselves.
Yes, he did.
And it looks like with a 30-06
also.
Went through. Seems to be FBI's
windows and walls.
He wrote on the bullets as well.
Yeah, he wrote.
It falls under the whole gun thing that the left wants so much. They don't want fully automatic rifles, but a bolt action 30-06 is perfully legal, perfectly fine.
Well, those
don't
are
mind you having that.
You know what? You actually kind of have a point on that. You notice how like the right wing guys will all, they'll all have like AR-15s and fucking AKs and shit like that. Actually, you do see left getting AKs.
They're getting more. They're getting armed for the war.
It's because it goes with communism. That's why it's a symbolistic type weapon for them.
Is that right?
Those are the guys that invented the weapon. It was, invented in 1947 by Mikhail Kalashnikov, and that was the communist. I mean, like if you look at every revolution that's happened over the last 100 years, the AK is the fucking number one gun in the hands. That or the FN FAL. FAL is another one.
Good to know.
But but you're right though on the point of that they're now starting to use like bolt actions and all this shit.
Yeah.
This is getting back to like the 50s and 60s.
One of the bullets was found that said anti-ice written on it.
Actually, I can send you the photo of it.
I think, I was going to say.
Let me just go. I'll pull the photo real quick from Cash Patel.
What do you do?
They don't have it on there.
I'll pull it up now.
Yeah, just.
Yeah, you can find it.
Dallas shooting. Oh, maybe that'll pull it up. There it is, right there. Oh, that's a video.
Still can pull it up like that. Anti-ice right there.
Yep. Written on one of the bullets.
That looks like a stripper clip, doesn't it?
It is a stripper clip.
What kind? And that was a 30-06. Well, he's an M1 Garand.
I have no idea on this one.
With a clip like that, it looks like M1 Garand.
It doesn't have to be. I mean, those stripper clips are made for anything. I mean, there's
a bolt action.
Yeah. Huh. I've got bolt actions that you just push down on the stripper clip, goes right into the fucking gun.
Yeah, so that's
you can do it with an SKS too.
So as far as we can tell, the only people hating on ice are the left right now.
Yeah.
And
people that like tropical climates.
Yeah, Hispanics.
Oh yeah,
like
of course,
either.
of course.
They don't like ice.
Oh, they like warmer climates. What can you say?
What are you gonna do?
Yeah.
It's another ill-timed joke. I guess we could end on that. Next week, we will be doing some political
something or other, huh? We didn't get to a lot of shit today, dude.
No. But actually, next week, what we want to do is we were going to all do a political test to see kind of where we all lie.
Yeah. We were going to do that today, but then we ended up talking a lot about Charlie Kirk.
Arguing is more like it.
I wanted to fight Kevin the whole time. All right, thank you for listening.
Fighting words.
Thank you for listening. Like, subscribe, tell your friends, and good night, everybody, or good day. Peace.